the Ivanisevic news. So you've hired a new coach. What what do you think he can bring to your game? Like, what goes into that process of going through and finding a coach that fits for you? Are you looking for someone who has the same ideas that you do about your game, or you find somebody who's gonna give you something new that you haven't thought about before? Like, how did you land on Goran as the choice for your new coach?
There were a lot of candidates before I picked Goran. I was storming through different ideas and through different people that I thought could offer value to my coaching situation and my game, bring in new ideas, new perspectives. I feel like Goran is a person that is very experienced on the tour. He has worked with plenty of players. One thing that also makes him stand out is obviously his enormous persona and this character that he has become through tennis and winning Wimbledon, obviously, and carrying so much experience throughout his career, both at playing but also at coaching. I feel like he has a lot of knowledge. I believe he's a very wise person, and these are the characteristics that I'm looking for when I'm aiming to work with someone. These are really important qualities for me. I feel like he has a lot of value to bring into my game. He has an eye for tennis. I don't know him very well personally, but I'm sure I'm going to get to know him even better in the next couple of weeks when I'm going to start working with him. It takes a lot of confidence to decide something like this, and I was quite clear and quite confident on sort of sticking with him. We shared a similar culture. I would say that also helps a little bit. We're not too far apart. He's Balkan as me. We share similar culture, as I said, and in my opinion, I also believe that the lack that I had from that perspective of an ex-player to try and bring into my coaching situation, I never had before, except with Mark Philippoussis when I worked with him. I feel like that's part of an identity in a coach that is important to have played before at a high level, to not only coach me on how I can hit better forehands and backhands, but also coach me in the way I should probably be thinking and the way he has faced situations in his own personal career, and maybe pass those tough experiences, those adversity moments, and teach me through his own experiences.
So maybe like a bit of a mental edge you can gain through
Exactly.
his experiences. Fair.
We've seen obviously especially at the top of professional tennis, the coaching changes happens. You have these, I guess, these big figure coaches that go around and change from player to player depending on the situation. But can you describe from your experience what you believe will go into this little period of, you getting to know the coach and the coach getting to know you? Because I'm sure you have your ways and I guess, your systems that you've built up over the years, and maybe he will have his ideas of the system. So have you guys had kind of conversations about how you guys will work as a team, what kind of habits he would like to build or break, or just, I guess, what the idea is going forward with this, a new partnership and a new coach that you haven't really worked with in the past?
The biggest challenge would be to try and get to know each other in a way that is going to be collaborative, and in a way that we will both be able to get a little bit of what we like and what we want, but not too much of it. My idea of working with him is to obviously see my own perspective of what I can improve and things that I can get better at, but also be all ears and super open-minded about the ideas that he thinks of me, and there's strategies that he can apply into my game, and the strategy not only of the things that he can apply to my game, but also the daily training and the daily mindset and improvement that I can apply into my game. And I feel like he's of big value because he can approach my game more of an as an opponent, I would say, of how he would wanna uh, defeat me if he was my opponent. So seeing those type of elements kick in, um, he definitely will come up with a good solution of how we can proceed and move forward. I have faith in his abilities. I'm not expecting this to be suddenly something that starts giving me titles from week one or week two. This is a long. I'm focusing more on the long process of it, the the whole journey of working with him. And my whole goal with that is to try and see improvements, understand why I do certain things wrong. It's not about seeing myself get only better, but also understand better what I'm doing wrong. Because sometimes I feel like there's no clear vision of why it's going wrong and why certain things happen. And I'm a very solution oriented person, and I want to have a fresher eye and a fresher perspective of how can I avoid mistakes, how can I get better at mistakes, how can I accept my mistakes a little bit better, and how can I proceed to fix those mistakes instantly. And probably someone that has experienced it on a deeper level on the tour knows the answer to those type of things. It will be definitely a constant reevaluation and a constant recalibration of how we can figure out ways. I don't expect it to be something that I figure out once and then it stays with me forever.
I completely agree with you. I think, especially with a coaching change like this, first of all, you have to have absolute confidence in the person that you're going to be working with, and then you have to have the commitment to actually take into consideration what they're saying, even if you don't agree with it. Maybe you have that discussion with the person, but then commit to the direction that you're going to have, whether that's a similar direction that you had before or a new one. Like, it takes both confidence and commitment, and it is a challenge also. So it's probably exciting for you.
It's challenging. You're absolutely right. I see this as a big challenge both for the evolution of my personal career and growth. And I'm really in for the ride to get to know him better and try and score big results and do big things with him. Like, I'm really in for the ride.
Thanks for watching this clip. If you want to watch the full episode, the link is in the description down below.